Welcome to this Patch 759 showdown between two powerhouse organizations. On Radiant's side, we have Tundra Esports, the reigning champions with a storied history. Facing them on Dire, Aurora Gaming brings fresh energy and aggressive playstyles. Both teams feature elite-tier talent, players ranked at the very top of the global leaderboard. This best-of-3 series is heating up, and we're diving straight into the draft phase to see how these strategic masterminds will approach this critical game. Let's watch the ban pick unfold. Ban pick phase 0-30-16. Phase 1, opening bans. Dire opens the draft by banning Razor. They're immediately removing a strong mid laner from Radiant's pool. Razor has been a dominant force this patch with his link mechanic and static field pressure. Smart opening denial. Radiant responds by banning Moretta, taking away Dire's ranged carry option. Moretta's Pierce the Veil ultimate has been game-changing in recent professional matches, and Tundra doesn't want to deal with that pierce damage threat late game. Second ban from Dire, Ringmaster, shutting down one of Radiant's signature playmaking supports. The Ringmaster wheel has been a tournament staple for crowd control setups, and Aurora wants no part of that initiation potential. Radiant counters with Naga Siren, denying Dire's split push and team fight reset options. Song of the Siren can completely reset fights or enable safe sieges, so Tundra is taking that strategic tool off the table early. Phase 1, first pick advantage goes to Dire, and they lock Shadow Demon. Excellent choice. Shadow Demon has been absolutely dominant in patch 759. Disruption provides both saves and setups, Shadow Poison scales incredibly into the late game, and Demonic Purge goes through Black King Bar. Mira, the Aurora support player known for creative disruption plays, will have this powerful tool in their arsenal. This pick also leaves the door open for illusion-based strategies since disruption creates copies. Radiant's first pick, Invoker. BZM on Invoker is always a threat. With over 200 games on this hero at the professional level, he knows every combo, every timing, every kill threshold. Invoker gives Radiant incredible versatility. They can go heavy teamfight with Cataclysm and Chaos Meteor, or pick-off oriented with Sunstrike and Tornado. The hero scales beautifully and never falls off. Tundra is securing their mid-lane identity early. Dire follows up with their second pick, Brewmaster for the off-lane. W's Aurora's position 3 player has made a career on tempo-controlling off-laners, and Brewmaster fits perfectly. Primal Split is one of the game's most powerful ultimates. It's a built-in Aegis that splits into 3 separate units with crowd control, evasion, and tower pushing power. Brewmaster also provides early Thunderclap for lane dominance and Cinder Brew to set up kills. Strong follow-up. Radiant takes Tidehunter as their second pick. Saxa will be piloting this iconic initiator. Ravage is the gold standard of teamfight ultimates, a massive area of effect stun that can swing entire games. Tidehunter also brings Anchor Smash for damage reduction and farming, plus Gush for armor reduction on targets. This hero wants to blink in and devastate Dire's formation. The front line is established. Phase 2, strategic bans. Third ban from Dire, Snapfire. Removing Radiant's aggressive support option, Snapfire's Mortimer Kisses ultimate and cookie save mechanism have made her a premier position 4 pick, and Aurora doesn't want Tundra to have that damage and mobility. Radiant bans Enchantress, denying Dire's jungling offlane option. Enchantress can dominate neutral creeps for early pressure and scales well with Impetus pure damage. Taking her away limits Dire's jungle-focused strategies. Fourth ban from Dire, Storm Spirit, shutting down Radiant's highly mobile mid option. Storm Spirit's Ball Lightning gives incredible map presence and pick-off potential. Aurora is ensuring BZM can't get his hands on this snowball hero. Radiant responds by banning Huskar, removing Dire's anti-magic damage dealer. Huskar thrives against magic-heavy lineups, and with Invoker already picked, Radiant doesn't want to face Lifebreak all game long. Phase 2, Core Selection's third pick for Radiant, Warlock. White Mon will be playing this backline support. Fatal Bonds multiplies all damage across linked units, Shadow Word provides both heals and damage over time, and Chaotic Offering, the Golem Summon, is a massive teamfight presence with stuns and Flaming Fist damage. Warlock excels in extended engagements, and paired with Ravage, these teamfights could get very ugly for Dire. The heal potential also keeps Tidehunter healthy in the front line. Dire's third pick, Void Spirit for mid. Makoto will be matching up against Invoker. This is a skill matchup. Void Spirit brings incredible mobility with Astral Step, defensive options with Dissimulate, and burst damage with Resonant Pulse. The hero can dodge Sunstrike with timely Dissimulate and trade aggressively in lane. Makoto is ranked in the top 10 globally and has shown mastery on Void Spirit with over 300 games played. This is a confidence pick. Fourth pick from Dire, Windrunner for the carry position. VTune taking the off lane to carry flex pick. Windrunner has been revolutionized in recent patches with Focus Fire becoming an absolute tower shredding, hero deleting tool. Shackle Shot provides long duration stuns when hitting trees or units, and Windrun makes her nearly impossible to kill with physical attacks. She farms incredibly fast with Power Shot and scales into a true carry with items like Maelstrom and Black King Bar. Interesting choice, Windrunner can also flex between positions, keeping Radiant guessing. Radiant's fourth pick, Shadow Shaman. Ahri locks in this powerful pushing support. Shadow Shaman brings reliable lockdown with both Hex and Shackles. That's up to 7 seconds of single target disable on one hero. Mass Serpent Ward is one of the game's premier siege tools, capable of melting towers and barracks in seconds. Paired with Ravage setups, Shadow Shaman can ensure kills stick. The dual support combination of Warlock and Shadow Shaman gives Radiant incredible teamfight and push potential. Phase 3, Final Ban's fifth ban from Radiant, Enigma. Removing Dire's Black Hole Initiation. Enigma's ultimate is another game-winning teamfight tool, and Tundra doesn't want to face overlapping Primal Split and Black Hole. Smart ban to limit Dire's Wombo combo potential. Dire bans Terrorblade, denying Radiant's late-game carry insurance. Terrorblade is one of the hardest scaling carries in Dota, capable of taking over games past 40 minutes with metamorphosis and illusion damage. Aurora wants to keep the pace fast and doesn't want this ticking time bomb in Radiant's hands. Sixth ban from Radiant, Pangolier. Shutting down Dire's mobile offlane alternative. Pangolier's Rolling Thunder provides both initiation and escape, and his passive allows him to trade effectively in lane. Another strong tempo controller removed from Aurora's options. Final ban from Dire, Gyrocopter. Taking away Radiant's AoE carry option. Gyrocopter farms incredibly fast with Flak Cannon and brings massive teamfight damage with Call Down and Rocket Barrage. Aurora is ensuring Tundra can't get a fast farming, high-impact carry. Phase 3, last pick advantage goes to Dire, and they lock Jakiro to round out their support duo. Kaori will be playing this dual-headed dragon. Jakiro brings incredible utility, dual breath slows and damages. Ice Path is a long-range line stun perfect for following up on Shackle Shot or Primal Split, and Mac Repair is a massive zone control ultimate that forces enemies to either stand in fire or disengage entirely. Liquid Fire also reduces tower armor, helping Windrunner demolish buildings even faster. The hero provides everything Aurora needs: crowd control, damage, and siege support. Final pick for Radiant, Luna as their position 1 carry. 33 will be farming this Lunar Warrior. Luna is the definition of reliable carry. Moon Glyphs allow her to farm incredibly quickly by bouncing attacks to nearby units. Lucent Beam provides burst damage and vision. Lunar Blessing gives her team bonus night vision and damage. And Eclipse is a devastating teamfight ultimate that rains beams on all nearby enemies. Luna farms faster than almost any carry in the game and hits critical mass timing around 25 to 30 minutes. If Tundra can get Luna fat, Eclipse plus Ravage could team wipe Aurora in seconds. Draft analysis, final lineups. Let's break down what each team has constructed here. Radiant, Tundra Esports. Position 1, Luna 33. Position 2, Invoker, BZM. Position 3, Tidehunter Saksa. Position 4, Warlock Whitemon. Position 5, Shadow Shaman Ahri. Tundra has built a classic 5-man teamfight lineup. Their game plan is clear: farm Luna safely through the early game, hit critical item timings around 25 to 30 minutes, group as 5, and roll over Aurora with overlapping teamfight ultimates. The combination of Ravage into Eclipse into Chaotic Offering is absolutely devastating. That's 3 massive AoE abilities dropping simultaneously. Shadow Shaman provides additional lockdown to guarantee kills and can siege buildings afterward with Serpent Wards. Invoker offers versatility. BZM can scout with Sunstrike, save teammates with Tornado, or contribute massive AoE damage with Chaos Meteor and Deafening Blast. The weakness of this lineup is the early game. Luna is vulnerable in lane and needs time and space to farm. Tidehunter is level dependent and doesn't have Blink Dagger for the first 15 minutes. If Aurora can apply pressure early, shut down Luna's farm, and prevent Tundra from grouping, this draft becomes much harder to execute. Tundra needs to survive to their timing window. Dire, Aurora Gaming. Position 1, Windrunner, VTune. Position 2, Void Spirit, Makoto. Position 3, Brewmaster, Wsun. Position 4, Shadow Demon, Mera. Position 5, Jakiro, Kaori. Aurora has crafted a tempo-controlling, pick-off-oriented lineup that can also teamfight. Their strategy revolves around early aggression and maintaining map pressure. Void Spirit and Windrunner both come online earlier than Luna. They don't need as much farm to be effective. Brewmaster provides frontline durability, and his ultimate essentially gives Aurora a 6 vs 5 advantage in fights, since Primal Split creates 3 units. Shadow Demon is the key enabler. Disruption can save teammates from Ravage or create illusions of Windrunner for even more right-click damage. Shadow Poison is one of the best scaling abilities in the game. If Mira can stack it 5 times on multiple heroes, the release damage is absurd. Demonic Purge pierces Black King Bar, meaning even when Tundra activates spell immunity, Aurora still has lockdown. Jakiro rounds out the control with Ice Path and Macro Prayer for zone denial. The hero also accelerates Windrunner's tower push with Liquid Fire debuff. The win condition for Aurora is to dominate lanes, create early kills with ganks and smokes, and never let Luna reach her power spike. If Windrunner gets ahead, she can start one-shotting Tundra's supports with Focus Fire. Brewmaster can dive Invoker and force him into bad positions. This lineup thrives on chaos and skirmishing. Meta Context Patch 7.59 has shifted the meta toward fast-paced, objective-focused gameplay. Teams are prioritizing heroes that can take towers quickly and control neutral camps. Windrunner and Luna both fit this mold. They farm aggressively and threaten buildings constantly. Shadow Demon's resurgence is one of the defining stories of this patch. Buffs to Shadow Poison damage and Demonic Purge cast range have made the hero a top-tier support. Professional teams are first picking or first banning Shadow Demon in nearly every game. Invoker remains a staple mid-laner. The hero's versatility means he's never truly out of meta. Whether teams need wave clear, pick-offs, teamfight damage, or utility, Invoker provides it all. BZM's mastery of this hero makes it an even more dangerous pick for Tundra. Brewmaster has quietly become one of the strongest off-laners. Hand of Midas builds into Aghanim's Scepter allow the hero to split push and teamfight simultaneously. The Primal Split subunits are incredibly difficult to deal with, especially the Storm unit with Cyclone and Dispel Magic. Both teams have drafted comfort picks for their star players. This should be a clean execution game where the better team wins through superior fundamentals and decision-making. Item build predictions. Let's talk about what we expect to see in terms of itemization. Luna will likely rush Power Treads for attack speed, then go straight into Dragonlance for stats and range. After that, 33 will probably build Manta Style for farming speed and Dispel, followed by Black King Bar for spell immunity during teamfights. Late-game items could include Butterfly for evasion, Satanic for sustain, or even Aghanim's Scepter to upgrade Eclipse into a double-cast monster. Invoker will want Travel's Boots for map mobility, Aghanim's Scepter for extra spell access, and likely Black King Bar as well to survive in fights. Depending on how the game goes, BZM might also build Refresher Orb for double Cataclysm and double Chaos Meteor. That's absurd damage potential. Tidehunter needs Blink Dagger immediately. That's the hero's power spike. After Blink, Saxa will probably go Guardian Greaves for team sustain, Lotus Orb for Dispel and Reflection, and possibly Refresher Orb for double Ravage in critical late-game fights. Windrunner has an interesting build path. V-Tune will likely go Maelstrom for farming speed and lightning procs, then Aghanim's Scepter to massively reduce Focus Fire cooldown. Black King Bar is essential to actually get damage off in team fights. Hurricane Pike gives range and escape, and Monkey King Bar ensures hits land through evasion. Void Spirit will want Kaya for mana sustain and spell damage amplification, then Aghanim's Scepter to make Astral Step even more powerful. Black King Bar again is critical. Late game, Octarine Core for cooldown reduction turns Void Spirit into an unkillable, constantly blinking assassin. Brewmaster will almost certainly build Hand of Midas for experience and gold acceleration. Ois wants to hit level 12 as fast as possible to maximize Primal Split's power. After Midas, expect Blink Dagger, Aghanim's Scepter, and Refresher Orb. Double Primal Split is game-ending. That's 6 units running around the map. Shadow Demon needs mobility and survivability. Mira will probably rush Blink Dagger to position for perfect disruptions, then Aeon Disc to avoid getting blown up instantly. Aghanim's Shard is also valuable for the upgraded Demonic Purge. Warlock and Shadow Shaman both want team-focused items. Arcane Boots into Guardian Greaves, Glimmer Cape for saves, Force Staff for positioning. Whitemon might even go Aghanim's Scepter on Warlock for upgraded golems. Ari definitely wants Blink Dagger on Shadow Shaman to land surprise shackles and get close for Serpent Wards. Jakiro will build similar support items, Tranquil Boots, Force Staff, Aeon Disc. Kaori might also consider Aghanim's Shard for Jakiro's upgraded abilities. The item builds will evolve based on how the game develops, but these are the foundational paths we expect to see. Draft conclusion. Both teams have executed their drafts well. Tundra has the scaling advantage. If this game goes past 35 minutes, Luna becomes nearly unstoppable. Aurora has the early game advantage. If they can pressure lanes, secure kills, and snowball before Luna gets big, they win. The key matchup will be mid lane. Void Spirit versus Invoker is a skill-based duel. If Makoto can pressure BZM and create space, Aurora gains map control. If BZM farms freely and hits his timings, Tundra stabilizes and scales. The other critical factor is how teams use their ultimates. Both lineups have game-changing big cooldowns. The team that uses Ravage, Eclipse, Primal Split, and Shadow Poison more effectively will control teamfights and likely win the game. Expect a fast-paced game with multiple skirmishes around neutral camps and towers. Neither team wants to give the opponent free space to farm. This will be a back-and-forth battle of wills, strategy, and mechanical execution. Let's see how it plays out. Heroes are loading into the game now, the draft phase has concluded, and what we're seeing here are two fundamentally different philosophies clashing. Tundra Esports has chosen the path of calculated escalation. They're betting that Luna's exponential scaling paired with Invoker's global presence will create an insurmountable advantage once they hit their 25 to 30 minute window. Every decision Tundra makes in the next 40 minutes will revolve around protecting Luna's farm, creating space for Invoker to reach key items, and avoiding major teamfights until Tidehunter completes Blink Dagger. Aurora Gaming, conversely, has drafted for constant pressure. Their lineup thrives in chaos and skirmishes. Windrunner and Void Spirit both spike much earlier than Luna, around 15 to 18 minutes with just one or two core items. Brewmaster provides the tankiness to dive deep into Radiant territory. Shadow Demon's Disruption can save allies from Ravage or set up perfect kills. Jakiro's Ice Path and Macro Prayer control space and force Tundra into bad positions. Aurora's win condition is elegant in its simplicity. Never let Tundra breathe, never let Luna farm freely, never let the game reach that 30-minute mark where Eclipse and Ravage can team wipe them. The psychological warfare has already begun during this draft. Both captains are analyzing not just the heroes but the minds behind them, and we're about to see these draft strategies come to life on the battlefield. Get ready for an intense match between two elite Dota 2 teams. Match commentary, 16 Norodi 5930. Pre-horn, loading screen. While heroes load into the map, let's highlight a few key players to watch this game. On Radiant's side, BZM is the primary playmaker. Currently ranked among the top mid laners in Europe, BZM's Invoker is truly something special. With over 500 professional games played on this hero across his career, he knows every single combo timing, every kill threshold with Sunstrike, every escape route with Ghostwalk. When BZM hits level 25 with full items, he becomes a one-man army capable of controlling the entire map. Watch for his Sunstrike accuracy. He can snipe fleeing heroes globally, turning lost fights into victories. 33 on Luna is another critical piece. As Tundra's position 1 carry, 33's job is to farm efficiently, avoid deaths, and hit power spikes at exactly the right moments. Luna is one of the fastest farming heroes in the game thanks to Moon Glaives, which bounce attacks to nearby units. A good Luna can clear jungle camps in seconds and accelerate toward key items like Manta Style and Black King Bar. 33 needs to reach 20,000 net worth by 30 minutes to give Tundra their window to win. On Dire's side, Makoto is the star player. Ranked in the top 10 globally, Makoto's mechanical skill on Void Spirit is jaw-dropping. The hero requires perfect timing on Dissimulate to dodge incoming damage, precise aim on Astral Step to land on fleeing enemies, and excellent mana management to spam Resonant Pulse in fights. Makoto has shown the ability to solo carry games when given space. If he gets ahead early, he can snowball out of control and assassinate Tundra's backline before they can even cast their ultimates. V-Tune on Windrunner is the X-Factor. Windrunner has transitioned from a support offlane hero into a legitimate carry this patch. Focus Fire with Aghanim's Scepter allows Windrunner to delete enemy heroes in seconds. We're talking 6 to 8 attacks landing in under 2 seconds with 100% accuracy. If V-Tune gets items, Windrunner can one-shot supports like Warlock and Shadow Shaman before they finish casting spells. Shackle Shot also provides incredible utility, a 2-second stun that doubles to 4 seconds if it latches to terrain or another unit. Watch for clutch shackles that lock down two heroes simultaneously. Butwus on Brewmaster brings veteran leadership. Brewmaster's Primal Split is one of the most complex ultimates in Dota 2. When activated, Brewmaster splits into 3 elemental spirits: Earth, Storm, and Fire. The Storm Spirit can cyclone enemies, removing them from combat temporarily and dispelling buffs. The Earth Spirit has a stun with Hurl Boulder and damage reduction with spell immunity. The Fire Spirit provides movement slow and permanent immolation damage. Managing all 3 units simultaneously in chaotic teamfights requires immense skill and game sense. Butwus has thousands of games on Brewmaster and knows exactly how to maximize the ultimate's impact. The map is loaded, creeps are about to spawn. Let's see which team executes their game plan better. This is Tundra Esports versus Aurora Gaming. Winner takes the series lead. 0-0-0. The horn sounds. The horn blows. Creeps spawn and begin marching down their lanes. Both teams are moving out from their fountains. Tundra's Luna, Invoker, Tidehunter, Warlock, and Shadow Shaman are heading toward their designated positions. Aurora's Windrunner, Void Spirit, Brewmaster, Shadow Demon, and Jakiro are mirroring on their side of the map. Let's talk laning assignments. Top lane will see Tidehunter for Radiant facing Brewmaster for Dire, a tanky offlaner versus tanky offlaner matchup. Both heroes want to farm and hit their level 6 power spikes. Expect a relatively passive lane unless supports rotate to create kills. Mid lane is the marquee matchup: Invoker versus Void Spirit, BZM versus Makoto. This is pure skill expression. Both heroes can trade effectively, both scale well, both want farm and levels. The player who controls creep equilibrium and denies more experience will gain a significant advantage. First blood could easily happen mid if one player makes a positioning mistake. Bottom lane features Luna for Radiant against Windrunner for Dire. Both carries want to free farm and avoid deaths. Whoever gets more last hits in the first 10 minutes will have the edge going into mid-game. Expect both teams to invest support resources into this lane. Securing Luna's farm is Tundra's win condition, while pressuring Luna is Aurora's goal. The supports, Warlock and Shadow Shaman for Radiant, Shadow Demon and Jakiro for Dire, will be roaming between lanes, pulling neutral camps to control creep equilibrium, stacking camps for their cores to farm later, and looking for gank opportunities. Support play will determine which team creates early advantages. 0-30, creeps meet in lane 30 seconds into the game. Creeps collide in all 3 lanes. Last hitting begins. Mid lane, BZM's Invoker and Makoto's Void Spirit are facing off at the center of the map. Both players are level 1, dancing around the ranged creep, trying to secure the last hit without taking harass damage. BZM lands the first deny. That's experience denied to Makoto. Good start for Radiant's mid. Void Spirit casts Resonant Pulse, creating a shield and damaging Invoker. That's 70 damage absorbed and 70 damage dealt. BZM responds with a right-click, trading back. Both players using their base damage to harass while focusing on last hits. Invoker has 4 CS at the 1-minute mark. Void Spirit has 3 CS. Very close laning. Bottom lane, Luna is last hitting safely under Radiant's Tier 1 tower. Windrunner is doing the same under Dire's tower. Neither carry is risking aggression early. They're playing for farm, not kills. Both have 5 CS at 1 minute. Standard safe laning from both position 1 players. Top lane, Tidehunter and Brewmaster are trading right clicks and abilities. Tidehunter uses Anchor Smash to reduce Brewmaster's damage output. Brewmaster responds with Thunderclap, slowing Tidehunter's movement speed. Both heroes are tanky enough to absorb the harass. This lane will be a farm fest unless supports intervene. 1:30, first runes spawn 90 seconds into the match. The first bounty runes appear at the 4 rune spots. These bounty runes grant gold and experience to whoever picks them up, critical resources in the early game. Warlock and Shadow Shaman are securing Radiant's bounty runes near their jungle. Shadow Demon and Jakiro are collecting Dire's runes. Both teams getting the economic boost. Each support gains 40 gold and experience. That's enough for an early clarity or ward purchase. Mid lane, Invoker and Void Spirit are still trading efficiently. BZM hits level 2 first. He's out denying Makoto and controlling the creep wave better. With level 2, Invoker now has 2 orbs active, giving him more damage per right click. Makoto needs to be careful or he'll lose this trade war. Void Spirit pulls back slightly, using the Fog of War to disjoint Invoker's attack animations. Good positioning from Makoto to minimize damage taken. He's playing patiently, waiting for his own level 2 to re-engage the trade war. 2 Orid. Early game establishes 2 minutes in. The game is settling into its early rhythm. Luna is farming bottom lane efficiently. using moonglaives to bounce attacks between the ranged creep and melee creeps. She's already at 12 CS. Excellent farming from 33. Windrunner is matching pace with 10 CS. Both carries are staying healthy and avoiding risks. Tidehunter top lane is using Anchor Smash on cooldown to farm and reduce Brewmaster's damage. Saksa is playing the lane correctly, staying within experience range, securing last hits when possible, and not overextending. Brewmaster is doing the same. This lane is a stalemate, which is fine for both teams. Mid lane. Mikoto hits level 2 on Void Spirit. Now both mid laners are equal in levels. The level 2 power spike in mid lane is absolutely critical for both heroes. For Invoker, reaching level 2 unlocks his second orb, BZM skilled Quaz at level 1 for regeneration and defense, and now takes Exort at level 2 for additional right-click damage. With Quaz and Exort both active, Invoker gains +9 attack damage from Exort and +2 health regeneration from Quaz. This allows him to trade more aggressively with Void Spirit while sustaining through Void Spirit's Resonant Pulse Harass. For Void Spirit, level 2 means upgrading either Resonant Pulse for more damage and shield value, or taking a second point in Astral Step for mobility. Mikoto chooses to max Resonant Pulse first, prioritizing wave clear and trading power. This decision tells us Mikoto wants to shove waves and force BZM to last hit under tower, where Invoker's attack animation and projectile speed make last hitting more difficult. The creep equilibrium is slightly favoring Radiant's side. The wave is pushing toward Invoker's tower, which is dangerous for BZM. If Void Spirit can freeze the wave here, Invoker will have to walk up and risk getting ganked.
Radiant are scanning.
To 30. Support movements 2.5 minutes. The supports are starting to rotate and create pressure. Shadow Demon and Jakiro are moving toward mid lane. Kaori places a sentry ward near the Dire Shrine, providing vision to detect enemy movements. Mira is carrying a Smoke of Deceit. This could be a gank setup on Invoker. BZM sees the rotation coming. He has a ward giving him vision of the river. Invoker retreats toward his tower, denying Aurora the gank opportunity. Excellent map awareness from BZM. Mikoto tries to capitalize by pushing the wave, but Invoker clears it with his orbs and abilities. The gank fails before it even starts. Aurora supports back off and head toward the top lane instead. Let's see if they can create pressure on Tidehunter. Baudi's on Brewmaster is farming near his tower, playing safe. Tidehunter is slightly overextended, pushing the wave. 3. First gank attempt 3 minutes into the game. Aurora supports are moving in on Tidehunter. Shadow Demon casts Disruption on Tidehunter. But wait. Saksa activates Kraken Shell, dispelling the Disruption lockdown. Tidehunter escapes by walking back to his tower. Aurora's gank fails again. Excellent reactive play from Saksa using Kraken Shell's passive Dispel to remove the disruption. Frustrated, Aurora supports return to their jungle to stack neutral camps. Jakiro uses Dual Breath to damage the camp, then pulls it out of the spawn box at the 3-0 mark. The camp respawns immediately, creating a stacked camp with 2 sets of neutral creeps. This will be valuable farm for Windrunner or Void Spirit later. Warlock is doing the same for Radiant, stacking a neutral camp near the Radiant Ancients. Shadow Shaman is pulling the lane creeps into the jungle camp to reset the wave equilibrium bottom lane. Good support play from both teams. .342. First Blood. 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Here comes the action. Bottom lane.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I push the future ever further towards my own edge. Your final
Dire's middle
gasp
tower
serves
is under
as
attack.
bellows to the whirlwind.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
What need have I for this?
Radiant are scanning. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Haste! Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Wajerdit Aurora supports its to remote ones. Aurora aktiviert Swantis. Oracle backwards a packet stock, Rakiva Kadenas, Vishamapachi, Jimba Agriscapos, Wafutsti Emtrami Hop,
Dire's middle
at
tower
a glaft,
is under
eat what I
attack.
plea Amor Hank, Hackna Frachi, the Chap, Yuri, the rest name to see F, the camp Restorti, Apatrother Handy, FICO. In act, read a step of Camp respawns at Fresper Warhari, December Piece of Sharpassa Brenner, go that when Sharper at the camp brief, read damn piece of stetson shoot his music to what he creeps. The Vagil hips, power to ways and free birds, this thing where to a spient, the ways and the feature enough. Go right, keep. The waste be covered. Clear.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Wave is first, we should have army.
On it.
Minutes. Dire is not going to let that first blood go unanswered. Void Spirit is calling for support. Makoto pings the mid lane. Shadow Demon and Jakiro are rotating again. This time, they're committing to the mid gank. Brewmaster is also moving down from top lane. This is a 3-hero rotation onto Invoker. BZM sees it coming. Invoker retreats immediately. But wait. Void Spirit casts Astral Step, blinking forward and striking Invoker with bonus damage. Shadow Demon follows up with Disruption, banishing Invoker for 2.5 seconds. When Invoker comes out of Disruption, Jakiro is ready. Ice Path. The line stun travels toward Invoker, and it hits. BZM is stunned. Brewmaster arrives and casts Thunderclap, slowing and damaging Invoker further. Invoker's health is critical. BZM activates Ghost Walk, turning invisible and gaining movement speed. He's trying to escape, but Shadow Demon has true sight from his Sentry Ward. Aurora can see the invisible Invoker. Void Spirit chases with Resonant Pulse, dealing damage. Invoker goes down. Aurora gets the revenge kill at 4:15. Makoto takes the kill credit, gaining gold and experience. We're tied 1-1 in kills. The game is even again. Great execution from Aurora. They committed 3 heroes to ensure the kill, and it paid off. Losing Invoker mid is costly for Tundra. BZM misses an entire wave of creeps and experience while respawning. 5. Ernko. Lane equilibrium shifts. 5 minutes into the game. Both teams are adjusting their strategies after the early kills. Luna is back to farming bottom. She's up to 25 CS now, maintaining her farm despite the chaotic early game. Windrunner respawned and returned to lane but is behind. She has only 18 CS. That first blood death hurt VTune's farm efficiency. Invoker is back mid after respawning, but Void Spirit has claimed lane dominance. Makoto is sitting at 22 CS while BZM has fallen to 20 CS. The kill created a small advantage for Dire's mid laner. Tidehunter and Brewmaster top are still farming peacefully. Both heroes are approaching level 4, still building toward their level 6 ultimates. No kills top yet. This lane is the definition of a farm lane. 6 already. Neutral camp control 6-minute mark. The real Dota 2 metagame begins. Neutral camp control. Both teams are stacking camps aggressively. Warlock has triple stacked the Radiant Ancient camp. That's 3 sets of ancient creeps in one spot. Massive farm waiting for Luna later. Shadow Shaman pulled another creep wave into the jungle, denying experience from Windrunner. Aurora is stacking their own camps. Shadow Demon stacked the hard camp near Dire's offlane. Jakiro stacked the medium camp near mid. These stacks will accelerate Windrunner and Void Spirit's farm once they have the damage to clear them quickly. The 6-minute power runes are about to spawn. These runes, Haste, Double Damage, Invisibility, Regeneration, Illusion or Arcane, can swing early skirmishes. Both mid laners are positioning to contest the rune spawns. 6 already. Power rune spawns. The 6-minute runes appear. Top rune is double damage. Bottom rune is regeneration. Invoker moves toward the top rune. Void Spirit is racing him there. BZM casts Tornado on Void Spirit, lifting him into the air and denying him the rune. Invoker secures double damage. With this rune, Invoker's right clicks will deal twice as much damage for 45 seconds. BZM can use this to harass Void Spirit heavily or secure last hits more easily. Bottom rune, Windrunner picks up regeneration. This rune restores 6% of max HP and mana per second for 30 seconds. Essentially a free fountain trip without leaving the lane. VTune uses the rune to heal back to full and regain mana. Very valuable for staying in lane and farming. 7 early, items coming online 7 minutes. Players are accumulating gold and approaching their first major item purchases. Luna is sitting at 2200 gold. She's close to completing Dragonlance, which will give her 14 agility, 12 strength, 1.75 mana regen, and 140 attack range. Dragonlance transforms Luna from a melee range hero into a safer, longer range carry who can kite enemies more effectively. Invoker has 1800 gold. BZM is building toward Travels Boots, which cost 2500 gold. Travels will give Invoker global map presence and can teleport to any allied creep or building, allowing him to farm lanes aggressively and respond to fights instantly. Brewmaster has completed Hand of Midas. Who's used his early farm to purchase this 2200 gold item. Hand of Midas grants 40 attack speed passively, and has an active ability to consume a creep for 160 gold and 2.1x experience multiplier. This item accelerates Brewmaster's leveling significantly. Uzi wants to reach level 12 as fast as possible to maximize Primal Split's power. Hand of Midas makes that happen. Windrunner is building toward Maelstrom. VTune has gloves of haste and a javelin, needing only the mithril hammer component. Maelstrom costs 2700 gold and provides lightning procs that deal 140 damage to multiple targets. Perfect for farming creep waves and jungle camps quickly. 8 OD, tempo increasing 8 minutes in. The game pace is accelerating. Both teams are transitioning from the passive laning phase into active rotations and gank attempts. Shadow Demon is very active on the map. Mira has been stacking neutral camps between lane harassment, and now he's ready to create kill pressure. Jakiro joins him, and they activate a Smoke of Deceit together. The smoke makes them invisible to enemy wards, allowing them to navigate unseen. They're moving toward Luna bottom lane with intent. Tundra does have a defensive observer ward, providing vision of the river approaches, but Aurora is taking an unexpected path. They're walking through the dire jungle, crossing through their own territory, then cutting through the trees to approach from an angle the ward doesn't cover. Clever pathing from Mira and Kaori. Luna is pushing the creep wave near Dire's Tier 1 tower. 33 is going for last hits aggressively, maximizing his farm rate. He's hit 45 CS now at 8 minutes. Excellent farming efficiency. Windrunner is matching him at 42 CS, but Luna's Moonglives give her slightly faster clear speed. Luna doesn't see the gank coming. Her camera is focused on last hitting. Suddenly, Shadow Demon appears from the fog of war. Mira times it perfectly. He emerges just as Luna uses Lucent Beam to last hit a creep, catching her while the spell is on cooldown. Disruption. Shadow Demon banishes Luna, removing her from the game for 2.5 seconds. This is both a disable and a setup. When Luna comes out of disruption, she'll be locked in place for a fraction of a second, making her easy to hit with follow-up stuns. Jakiro is positioning during the disruption duration. Kaori aims Ice Path, the line stun ability, predicting exactly where Luna will reappear. When Luna comes out of banishment, Ice Path is already traveling. It hits. Luna is stunned in place, unable to move or cast spells. Shadow Demon immediately starts stacking Shadow Poison. This is one of Shadow Demon's most powerful abilities. Each cast places a stack on the target, and when released, all stacks detonate for massive damage. 1 stack, 50 damage. 2 stacks, 100 damage. 3 stacks, 200 damage. The damage scales exponentially. Mira casts Shadow Poison once. 1 stack appears above Luna's head. He casts again. 2 stacks. A third time, 3 stacks. Jakiro is casting Dual Breath during this, a combination of fire and ice that slows Luna's movement speed and attack speed while dealing damage over time. Shadow Demon is about to release Shadow Poison to detonate all 3 stacks. Luna's health is dropping from Ice Path and Dual Breath. She's at 60% HP. The poison release will bring her below 30%. But wait, Warlock is reacting. Whitemon sees the gank developing on his minimap. He immediately clicks his Town Portal scroll on the bottom Tier 1 tower. The teleport channel begins. It takes 3 seconds to complete. During those 3 seconds, Whitemon is watching the fight unfold, calculating whether his TP will arrive in time to save Luna. Shadow Demon releases Shadow Poison. The stacks detonate. Luna takes 200 magic damage after reductions. Her health drops to 35%. She's in critical danger. Warlock's TP completes. Whitemon arrives at the tower and immediately casts Shadow Word on Luna, switching it to heal mode. Shadow Word heals 300 HP over 12 seconds. That's 25 HP per second. Luna's health starts ticking back up, 36%, 37%, 38%. Shadow Shaman is also teleporting in. Ari saw the gank and used his TP scroll as well. 2 supports arriving to save their carry. This is the importance of TP rotations in professional Dota 2. Warlock positions his body between Luna and the dire heroes. Whitemon is body blocking, absorbing right-click attacks from Shadow Demon and Jakiro that would otherwise hit Luna. Warlock has more HP and armor than Luna, so he's a better target to tank damage. Shadow Shaman's TP completes. Ari arrives and immediately targets Shadow Demon. Shackles. The channel disable locks Mira in place. Shadow Demon cannot move, cannot cast spells, cannot do anything except take damage. Ari is channeling Shackles for the full duration, 5 seconds at level 2. Tundra is turning this gank completely around. Luna, now healed to 50% HP and freed from stuns, activates Lucent Beam on Shadow Demon. The magical nuke deals 140 damage. Warlock is landing right-click attacks on Mira, adding physical damage. Shadow Demon's health is dropping rapidly, 70%, 60%, 50%. Mira can't escape because Shackles is still channeling. He's locked in place. Jakiro tries to save Shadow Demon by casting Ice Path on Shadow Shaman, to interrupt the Shackles channel, but Ari dodges it. He moves slightly to the side while maintaining the channel. Excellent mechanical skill. Shadow Demon's HP hits 30%, 20%, 10%. Shadow Demon dies. Radiant gets the kill. The announcer calls it Radiant kill. Mira falls at 8 minutes and 20 seconds and Luna survives with 50% HP remaining. What an absolute turnaround. Tundra's TP rotations saved their carry and secured a return kill. This is textbook high-level Dota 2. Recognizing the gank on the minimap, immediately using TP scrolls to respond, positioning correctly to body block damage, and using disables to turn the fight. The kill goes to Luna, giving 300 gold, 200 from the hero kill plus 100 from being nearby when assists happen. Warlock and Shadow Shaman get assist gold, 150 each. Radiant gains 450 total gold from this exchange, plus the experience from Shadow Demon's death. Meanwhile, Shadow Demon loses 300 unreliable gold from dying and will spend 20 seconds dead, plus 20 seconds walking back to lane. That's 40 seconds of lost time, nearly a full creep wave of experience and gold denied. The score is now 2-1 in favor of Radiant. Aurora's aggression backfired this time. Mira will be more cautious about committing to ganks without knowing where Tundra supports her position. 9-0'd, 9-minute status, 9 minutes into the game. Let's check the current state. CS, creep score, Luna, 52 CS, Windrunner, 44 CS, Invoker, 60 CS, Void Spirit, 61 CS, Tidehunter, 41 CS, Brewmaster, 43 CS. Void Spirit has a slight CS lead mid, but Invoker is still very close. Luna is out farming Windrunner significantly. That 8 CS difference translates to 300 plus gold advantage. Top lane is dead even. Net worth, Radiant total, 18,500. Dire total, 17,800. Radiant has a 700 gold lead. Not massive, but meaningful. This lead comes from the extra kill, 2-1 scoreline, and Luna's superior farming. Kills, Radiant 2, Dire 1 towers, 0-0. No towers have fallen yet. Both teams are playing patiently, farming efficiently, and waiting for their power spikes. The game will open up once heroes hit level 6 and complete their first major items. 10 Odo to 10-minute mark, 10 minutes. Critical checkpoint in Dota 2 matches. Luna completes Dragon Lance. 33 now has extended attack range and better stats. She can farm more safely and contribute to fights from further away. Luna's net worth is 4,800, excellent farming. Invoker finishes Travel's Boots. BZM now has global presence. He can split push side lanes, TP to towers under pressure, or farm the entire map efficiently. Invoker's net worth is 5,200. Very strong position for Radiant's mid laner. Windrunner completes Maelstrom. V-Tune's farming speed just doubled. Maelstrom lightning procs clear creep waves in seconds. Windrunner can now farm the jungle camps efficiently and catch up in net worth. V-Tune's gold is 4,200. Both teams are hitting their timing windows. Now comes the question, who initiates the first major team fight? 10:30, first team fight setup, 10 minutes 30 seconds. Both teams are grouping near the Radiant bottom tier 1 tower. Aurora is pushing as 5, Windrunner, Void Spirit, Brewmaster, Shadow Demon, Respawn, and Jakiro are all together. They're sieging Radiant's tower, trying to take it down and create map pressure. Tundra is defending. Luna, Invoker, Tidehunter, Warlock, and Shadow Shaman are all present. Ravage is available. Tidehunter hit level 6. Chaotic Offering is also ready. Warlock is level 6. This could be the first major team fight. Aurora is poking at the tower, chunking its health with Windrunner's right clicks. The tower drops to 60% HP, 50%, 40%. Tundra decides to engage. Tidehunter blinks in. Wait, he doesn't have Blink Dagger yet. Saksa walks forward instead, but Aurora sees him coming. Brewmaster casts Primal Split. Wussies activates his ultimate, splitting into 3 units, Earth, Storm, and Fire. The Storm Bruling immediately casts Cyclone on Tidehunter, removing him from the fight for 4 seconds. With Tidehunter disabled, Tundra can't initiate effectively. They're forced to retreat. Aurora takes the tower uncontested. Radiant's Tier 1 bottom tower falls at 1120. Dire secures 1,300 gold split among the team. First tower gold goes to Aurora. This is a significant swing. Aurora now has map control over Radiant's bottom jungle. Tundra made a mistake. They tried to defend without Tidehunter's Blink Dagger. Brewmaster's Primal Split completely neutralized Tidehunter's threat. Aurora capitalized on the opening and took the objective. Smart patience from Dire. 12 Mid-game transition 12 minutes. The game is transitioning from laning phase into mid-game. Aurora is pressing their advantage. They're moving as 5 toward Radiant's Tier 1 mid-tower. Windrunner is focusing the tower with Maelstrom procs. The tower's health is dropping fast. 80%, 70%, 60%. Tundra is defending again, but they're hesitant to commit. Tidehunter still doesn't have Blink Dagger. He needs 500 more gold. Without Blink, Tidehunter can't get a good Ravage off. Tundra is stuck in a reactive position. Aurora senses the hesitation. Void Spirit and Brewmaster are zoning Tundra's heroes away from the tower. Shadow Demon is stacking Shadow Poison on anyone who walks too close. Jakiro casts Macro Prayer, creating a massive line of fire that Tundra must avoid or take continuous damage. The Tier 1 mid-tower falls. Aurora takes Radiant's mid-tower at 1250. Another 1300 gold for Dire. Aurora now has 2600 gold from tower kills, widening their net worth lead. Tower gold economics in professional Dota often determines the trajectory of the entire game. Each Tier 1 tower grants 1200 gold, split among nearby heroes plus 200 global gold per player. When Aurora secured both Tier 1 towers in quick succession, they injected 2400 local gold plus 1000 global gold into their economy. That's 3400 total gold, equivalent to 11 hero kills worth of resources. More importantly, towers grant map control. With Radiant's bottom and mid Tier 1 towers destroyed, Tundra's safe farming territory shrinks dramatically. Luna can no longer safely push bottom lane past the river without risking ganks from multiple angles. The mid lane is completely exposed, making Invoker vulnerable to Void Spirit rotations. Tundra's jungle on both sides becomes contestable. Aurora can invade and steal neutral camps, further choking Radiant's farm. This map control advantage compounds over time. Every minute Tundra spends defending rather than farming, his farm Aurora's cores are securing for free. Radiant is in trouble. They've lost 2 Tier 1 towers in quick succession. Aurora has map control and is dictating the pace of the game. Tundra needs to stabilize and wait for their key items. 13:30. Luna under pressure. The game-defining teamfight 13 minutes into the match. Aurora is hunting Luna with predatory intent. This is their window to shut down Radiant's carry before she becomes unstoppable. Windrunner, Void Spirit, and Brewmaster are moving into Radiant's jungle as a coordinated 3-man unit. Vtune, Mikoto, and Bojas activate Smoke of Deceit together, turning invisible to enemy observer wards. On Radiant's minimap, these 3 heroes simply vanish. Tundra cannot see them approaching. Luna is farming the ancient camp near Radiant's base that Warlock triple-stacked earlier. She's clearing 3 sets of ancient black dragons and ancient prowler shamans. This camp is worth over 400 gold and massive experience. 33 is focused on last hitting efficiently, clicking between the multiple ancient creeps to maximize Moonglaive bounces. Aurora's smoke is approaching. They're moving through the river, heading directly toward the ancients. Their plan is clear. Jump Luna while she's alone, burst her down before supports can TP in, take the kill gold, and escape before Tundra can respond. The smoke breaks. Aurora emerges from invisibility at exactly the moment they get within 125 range of Luna. Void Spirit is the initiator. Mikoto casts Astral Step, blinking forward onto Luna's exact position. Void Spirit's blade strikes, dealing his attack damage plus 70 bonus magical damage. Immediately followed by Resonant Pulse, the purple energy wave expands outward, dealing 160 damage to Luna and giving Void Spirit a 200 HP shield. Luna's health drops from 100% to 75% in 1 second. She's turning to run, but Windrunner is ready. Vtune casts Shackle Shot. The arrow flies from Windrunner's bow directly at Luna. This is a skill shot ability. If it hits Luna while she's near a tree or another unit, she'll be stunned for twice as long. Luna is standing right next to an ancient black dragon creep. The shackle shot connects. It latches Luna to the black dragon. Luna is stunned for 3.75 seconds. She cannot move, cannot cast spells, cannot fight back. This is the setup Aurora needed. Brewmaster arrives and immediately casts Thunderclap. The AoE ability slows Luna's movement speed by 45% and attack speed by 45% while dealing 140 damage. Luna's HP drops to 65%. Shadow Demon, who is slightly behind, catches up now. Mira starts stacking Shadow Poison on Luna. 1 stack applied, 50 potential damage. 2 stacks, 100 damage. 3 stacks, 200 damage. 4 stacks, 400 damage. The stacks are multiplying exponentially. Luna's stun is wearing off, 2 seconds left, 1 second left. She's about to be able to move, but Aurora has layered their disable. As soon as Shackle Shot expires, Jakiro casts Ice Path. The line of ice travels toward Luna's feet and freezes her in place. Another 2.2 seconds of stun. Luna is taking continuous damage during all these stuns. Shadow Poison stacks are at 4 now. Dual Breath from Jakiro is dealing damage over time. Thunderclap damage already landed. Resonant Pulse hit. Her health is at 50% and dropping. Shadow Demon is about to release the 4 Shadow Poison stacks. If that release happens, Luna takes 400 magical damage. That's enough to drop her below 20% HP. One more spell and she's dead. But Tundra is reacting. On Radiant's side of the map, supports are watching this unfold. Shadow Shaman sees the engagement on his minimap. Ari already has a Blink Dagger. He farmed it by pulling creep waves and stacking camps for Luna. He blinks toward the fight. The blink covers 1200 range instantly. Ari appears right next to the clustered Aurora heroes. He immediately targets Void Spirit, Shackles. The channeled disable locks Makoto in place. Void Spirit cannot move for the next 5 seconds at max level. Makoto tries to cast Dissimulate to escape, but he's disabled. The ability doesn't go off. He's trapped. Invoker is also responding. BZM has Travels Boots, so he can TP to any allied unit. He clicks on a Radiant creep near the fight and begins teleporting. The channel takes 3 seconds with Travels. During those 3 seconds, the fight continues. Shadow Demon releases Shadow Poison. Luna takes 400 damage. Her health drops to 35%. She's in critical danger, but Warlock is also teleporting in. Whitemon uses a TP scroll on a nearby tower. Both supports are arriving simultaneously. Invoker's TP completes first. BZM appears and immediately casts Chaos Meteor. He targets the ground beneath Aurora's clustered heroes. The giant flaming boulder begins rolling through their formation. The meteor deals 290 damage per second to anyone standing in its path. Windrunner takes damage. Brewmaster takes damage. Void Spirit is taking damage while locked in shackles. All 3 heroes are being hit. Warlock's TP completes. Whitemon arrives and immediately casts his ultimate. Chaotic Offering. He targets the center of Aurora's formation. The Golem summon appears with a massive impact. The Golem's arrival stuns all enemies in a 600 radius. Windrunner is stunned. Brewmaster is stunned. Shadow Demon is stunned. Only Void Spirit is already disabled by shackles, so the stun overlaps. Jakiro, who is standing slightly farther back, avoids the stun. Warlock follows up with Fatal Bonds. He links all 5 dire heroes together. Now, whenever one takes damage, 25% of that damage is redistributed to all other bonded targets. This amplifies all incoming damage by a factor of 5. The fight has completely turned. Luna, recovering from stuns and now at 35% HP, activates her ultimate, Eclipse. Lucent beams start raining down from the sky, targeting all nearby enemy heroes. Beam hits Void Spirit for 400 damage. With Fatal Bonds, that damage is also dealt to Windrunner, Brewmaster, Shadow Demon, and Jakiro, 100 damage each. Another beam hits Windrunner for 400 damage. Again redistributed to everyone for 100 each. Eclipse fires 6 beams at Luna's current level. All 6 beams are hitting Aurora's clustered heroes. The screen lights up with purple and white visual effects. The damage is absolutely absurd. Void Spirit's health, already weakened by Chaos Meteor and Shackles damage, drops rapidly. 70%, 60%, 50%, 40%, 30%, 20%, 10%. Void Spirit falls first.